Okay, so I have a message, and this message is for. This message could be for a male or female, but I am seeing a female. However, I think it's more to do with presenting me with an image which signifies something else, because what the message is about, well, not what the message is ultimately about, but there's an emphasis on the appearance of somebody, and in what I'm being shown is the legs of a woman, shaved, waxed even. But really, I feel like that is just pointing me in a direction of the appearance, to tell me that I need to be talking about the appearance, because what this message is about is somebody who has paid a lot of attention to their image. So if you are somebody who resonates with this message, whether you are male or female, just take what resonates. I don't feel like there is a clear indication, but what I am seeing is somebody sitting in an office, and they are sitting at their desk, and they are looking down at their legs. And so everything about them is well groomed, from their clothes to their skin, to their weight, to the shape of their body. It's as if they've been told all their life to put a large emphasis on image and how they look, and that it's been communicated to them that this is, maybe 80-90% of the whole thing. So in terms of success and achieving success, they've been told that they have to look the part, they have to act the part. So they pay a lot of attention, probably pay a lot of money, to maintain an appearance, a constant image. So these are people who take care of themselves, and as I say, spend a lot of money on maintaining their appearance, their image. And I feel like they're at a crossroads. I feel like they're questioning why they make so much effort. And I feel like point, they're at a point in within these conscious thoughts, they've reached a point where, well, it's kind of breaking point. Something has to change. I even see them procrastinating. They're just looking down at their work and they're not really doing it. It's sort of come to a head now. But this person is still in the situation. They're still repeating, copy paste and repeating every day. It's just the same. They're kind of in that ritual. They're in that habit, but they've been questioning, why are they there? What are they doing? Why are they putting so much effort into their image and their appearance? I feel like they're just questioning now for the first time. I think what's happened is that this person has now got to an age where they are thinking, hold on, nothing's happened. I haven't got anywhere. Clearly, it's not all about my image. I don't even know what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I feel like you're probably just somebody whose parents have told them, the generic stuff, got to go to school, got to get good grades, you've got to get a job, and you've got to work hard and get promoted, and you've got to look the part, and you've got to take care of yourself. You make some money, you've got to buy a car, you've got to get married, you've got to get a mortgage. I feel like this person has been directed to where they are. And for the first time, they're suddenly realizing, they're thinking to themselves, who am I? What am I doing here? What am I doing? What is life? What is my life? And they've got to the point where they're procrastinating in their job. And if it hasn't been noted already, it's probably going to be noted soon. I feel like as well that maybe you have already started to, I'm going to say, use shortcuts. Maybe you've tried to numb the pain. Maybe you've tried to stuff it down, try to forget it, and maybe you've tried some shortcuts, and they haven't worked, and you're now realizing they haven't worked. And when I say shortcuts, maybe you've chosen quick thrills, a buzz, temporary excitement. And maybe now you've realized that ain't going to cut it as well. That's not the answer. And so you find yourself again at your desk. And you find yourself with the same old thoughts. And you're looking at your shoes and you're thinking about how much money you've spent on them. Your clothes, your nails, your bag, your perfume, your aftershave. You're tallying it all up. And you're thinking to yourself, is this what I amount to? And maybe you're even starting to realize that these things are all material and that you are something else. And that there's something else that you need to connect to. There's another rope that you need to grab a hold of. You need to walk in a new direction. You need to jump down a rabbit hole. I feel like you're outgrowing, or you have outgrown this person that you are. And so lately you've been making these last-ditch attempts at salvaging that life, the one that you used to. But you can't deny that everything is changing. And the ground feels a little unsteady at the moment. And that's probably why you're procrastinating, because you don't really know what to do. As I say, you've tried shortcuts, and maybe your thoughts that's the only place they've taken you to. The easy route, the quick route. And maybe what you need to realize is this may be a longer process to figure out what it is you want to do and where you should be. And I've been shown a camera. I don't know if photography might mean something to you. Maybe you're into photography. But I'm being shown a camera. And I'm looking into the lens. So perhaps you're on the other end. So maybe that's significant for somebody. I feel like you've done well to blend into the scenery and to blend into the picture. You've been taught to play the game, but you're not exactly playing it. Not really. You just you look like you are. You have the appearance of somebody who's playing the game, but you really don't know what you're doing there. You don't know why you are where you are, and you're questioning how you even got there. So you're confused, you're puzzled, and you're looking around at the four walls, and you're looking out the window, and you're watching the world go by. And I feel like what you need to do is you need to have a time of rest. You need to be still in a comfortable place, and you need to be with yourself, and you need to disassociate from that image and that life. You need to like take yourself down to ground zero. You need to go back to the fetal position almost. Lie in bed in the fetal position. Be comfortable and just lie there and just be and just accept yourself. Don't expect anything of yourself. Just hold yourself. Just be in that moment for as long as you can be. And comfort yourself. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Use it as an exercise of stillness, an exercise of creating this ground zero for yourself, where you strip yourself back and you go back into the womb almost. So you're by yourself, find a comfortable place wherever that is, and just lie down. Just lie down and just hold yourself and just be still and listen. Listen to the silence, and you might just hear who you are. You might just hear what you want to do. I feel like that's what you need to do in order to figure out your next move. I get the feeling though that you've still got your whole life ahead of you, so you don't need to worry. You're still kind of in this place where you're not expected to know what you want to do. People don't expect you to know what you want to do, but they have ideas. They are comfortable with you going down a certain road. And I get the feeling of parents, because parents, they want to make sure that their children are secure. So a lot of parents direct you down the route that makes them feel the best, makes them feel the most relief, the safest. It's not always the best place for their children, but it makes them sleep easy at night. So don't worry about it. You've still got your whole life ahead of you. And you've got this time now. There is time. That's what I'm telling you. There is time. You don't need to be in a rush. In fact, the key is to be patient. Slow yourself down. Slow the expectation down. So what they're saying is it's not worth it. It's not worth it. There isn't a great risk. There isn't anything enormous at stake. I feel like you're still in that time of your life where you'll be okay, even if you didn't have that specific job. Maybe it's quite an average job, or you could get another job like it. So maybe it's time to think about what you really are interested in and what you really want to do, and finding your alignment with that and putting your heart and soul into that. And they're just showing me this camera again. So maybe that is really significant for whoever this message is for. I'm definitely getting the feeling of photography. When I channeled this message, was it yesterday or the day before? It might have been a couple of days ago, and I didn't get the camera then. But what happens is I get, when I get a message coming through, I don't have my camera or anything set up, so I just record it on my phone as I'm going, and then when I come around to recording it on a camera, it's never the same. I always get different visions, different images. The sentiment's exactly the same, but I didn't get the camera a couple of days ago. That's new, but it's definitely significant. I feel like for you, this is, I feel like somebody else has taken the reins, you know, somebody else has been in charge of what you've been doing with your life. Somebody else has been directing you, and you might be a young person who has followed their parents' advice going through the schooling system. Maybe you went to college, university, and then you went into the working world. And so you've done everything that they said, you've done all the right things, right? And yet you're not happy, you're not satisfied, and you realize that, none of it is in your alignment. And so good news is this is the start of your independence, and this is the start of you discovering who you are and finding out what you need in your life and what you want in your life. So it's an exciting time. It's an important time, and you've got lots of time. You're not too late. You haven't run out of time. You're still in a good position to make up a lot of ground, to not make up a lot of ground, to utilize your time more efficiently. You can utilize it more consciously, because that consciousness is coming into you now. So I feel like you're comfortable. I don't feel like, you don't have a lack of money. You invest a lot of money in your appearance, keeping up appearances. So I definitely feel like you have disposable income. You may even have savings. And if you have, then now you know what you were saving for, subconsciously. But I see light beaming down onto the scene, onto the situation. It's sunlight. It's warm, and the skies are opening, and it just gets brighter and brighter. So I feel like you need to walk with a growing confidence, and that every step you take towards your own authenticity, the happier you will become, and the more blessed it is. The sun is shining brighter and brighter, and the sky is opening more and more with every step that you walk in this new direction. I'm literally seeing the heavens opening up for you. So I take that as a good blessing. And I see the streets and the pavements outside, and they're covered in puddles. So it's just been raining. And so this is like the sunshine after the rain, and then the rainbow. So this is the happier timeline, the timeline of more fulfillment, you're in this position now where consciously you can give yourself a choice and you can jump timelines. You can change your life. You can choose a completely different life, and a whole load of new opportunities will open up and take you in lots and lots of different directions, infinite possibilities. So I feel like if you can make this decision very, very consciously, you'll look back on this moment in your life and you'll be very grateful that you were able to navigate through this, and to bypass the fear, to overcome the fear, and choose the best thing for the well-being and the internal happiness of yourself. I feel like that's an important thing that you need to feel, this contentment on the inside, because I feel like that's all you are at the moment is appearances. You're just the outside, and you haven't poured into the inside yet. And you've realized that pouring into the outside of yourself doesn't bring the inner you any fulfillment. It doesn't fill you up. You stay an empty vessel, so to speak. And I'm just seeing a bright sun. I'm just seeing a bright sun that dries up the puddles, and the streets are getting louder and louder and busier and busier, and the picture is filling up more and more and more. And the more you pour into yourself, the fuller the world around you gets, and you know, the cup that is you becomes half full as opposed to half empty. And so this is a very positive message. It's confirmation of how changing your life now is going to pan out. Not specifically, but energetically, the sun's shining, it's blessed, it's the positive thing to do to make a change for yourself at this time in your life. And I just see green lights, green traffic lights, that the traffic lights are green. You've got the go ahead. You've got the alignment from the universe. I feel like it's one of these times where I don't want to say that it's a test, but it's sort of one of these moments where you are tested, in that you're tested to see if you will choose yourself. That's what the test is, to see if you choose yourself and you invest in yourself, because this is a moment where you're given the opportunity to take power for yourself, to take power back. And yeah, this could be 50-50 with a person. And I feel like we get tested with this one quite a lot in our lives, because it's very important. Taking the power, keeping the power, giving the power away, dramatic changes on our life, depending on what we choose. And if you give your power away, you're not in control of your happiness. You're not in control of your life. You can't be in alignment with anything. You can't manifest anything. So I really feel like this is one of those moments in life where the spotlight is on you, to see what you do, to see what you choose. But if you can look in the mirror and see beyond the image, and you can see that person there, then maybe it's the time to give that person the light of day and to take the inside and put it on the outside, the real you, and try that on for size. And that's basically the message. It doesn't go any more, doesn't go further than that. So whoever you are, I hope you make the right decision for yourself, whatever that is. And just know that life is a journey and things repeat. Everything comes back around. And life is always fertile. There are always new opportunities.